Capricorn, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the next 4 weeks. Let's start with your main message. Okay, first message for you today, Capricorn, is don't let your past hold you back. There is something right here that might be slowing you down, something that could be perceived as a setback and that in a way is bringing you back, but that instead is preparing you for a big push forward. Just like the archer, when you pull back the arrow to give it the power to be propelled forward, this is something that it's going to give you the strength and power to get farther than you would have gotten without it. You are still on your journey, and what's happening right now is happening for a very specific reason. So let's see what this is about, and let's start with your reading. All right, we see that actually right away. And first of all, what I see is that there is someone here who's really able to push your buttons, Capricorn. The Five of Wands, some sort of conflict, arguments, and the Seven of Wands trying to not tune in into that energy because you might perceive it as a distraction. You might perceive it as a setback, something that should be put aside or left in the past so that you can keep focusing on what's coming ahead of you. This is a very special connection nevertheless, and you are aware of that, but sometimes you can't help but thinking that you should put some more rules in place so to prevent this person to say or do things that you know are going to upset you, perhaps. For some of you, this overall reaction that you're having to this person's actions or words might even stem from the past, something that you went through already, perhaps from a previous relationship, or even when you were a kid with your friends or with your parents. You often ended up in these type of situations where people might assume certain things about you and they get to their own conclusions without trying to dig deeper into what's really going on within you. And as Capricorns, we often appear very strong. We don't always communicate our feelings and our weaknesses, and we appear very tough. And people have a tendency to think that we can take it, that we are unbreakable, and that nothing can bring us down. You're a Capricorn, you're a fighter. And that is true at a certain degree, but the fact that someone is a fighter doesn't mean that they want to fight all the time. Right here, you were hoping for this person to know better and to understand you better. And even more importantly, you were hoping that at this point of your life, you would be able to clearly communicate those rules and boundaries and that people would stop crossing them. And we see them right here with the Seven of Wands. But sometimes you find yourself back to square one, back to when this first hurt you. Perhaps back to when you were a kid, or back to when you first fell in love, and you might get frustrated and confused as to why this cycle keeps repeating over and over, and as to why you keep surrounding yourself always with the same type of people as well, perhaps, who eventually end up pushing your buttons like this. What am I doing wrong here? Usually cycles repeat themselves when we are failing to learn a lesson. We'll have to look into the situation more and clarify this message in order to understand what the lesson to learn here is and how to finally break the cycle over here. Now, in the middle of the reading, Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, Hangman. I see right here you trying to postpone something. Two of Wands, planning something and keep planning and planning without taking action. And it's mainly because of this Eight of Cups, something that you're moving away from, which is keeping you stuck in this Hangman position. Overall, I see that you're postponing something major in your life, Capricorn. There is something that is at reach right now and that you are not focusing on because instead you keep focusing on perhaps, paying the bills or doing what you need to do in order to keep going and maybe not lose your status, not lose your achievement so far. And what we see here is that you're actually delaying a major opportunity in your life. You have a vision and you want to work hard for it. But at times you feel that you're not in control of your time and maybe you wish the day was 50 hours long. Amen to that. I completely understand. But is that all, Capricorn? I feel that you might be missing out on some other truth here. Could it be that in a way you are a little afraid that you're not going to be good enough once you start applying yourself to this opportunity? Are you afraid that once you go from planning to action, you're going to hit a wall, to maybe face negativity? I'm just wondering because as you see with this King of Pentacles instead, you're going to kick ass, whatever this is. If there is something that you are postponing, whether it's something career related or an investment, even a date or a message that you want to send, well, the cards are saying go for it already. The King of Pentacles reminds you that you have to dream big because the energies and the environment around you is allowing you to achieve big things. You might be trying to find the perfect way to start, the perfect setup, the perfect words. But while you're looking for that, time is passing, and so are opportunities. It's time for you to dive into whatever this is, because it's actually going to be really good for you, especially because what you start in January is going to pick up steam around February and March during Pisces season in a very unexpected way. So do not miss out on this and make sure to catch this train as soon as you can. Now, right here, we're starting to see a lot of things coming together with the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords. The theme for the next few weeks is definitely conversations. There is a lot of communication and opportunities for conversations in general, especially with the previous person we were talking about. This is your chance to set the record straight, to ensure that people are not going to cross those boundaries and that you're finally going to break a cycle that too often made you struggle. Someone here is about to admit something to you, which is obviously going to leave you speechless, with your mouth and eyes wide open. What is this about? We need to clarify this Ace of Swords, but overall, this is going to start something new for you. With aces, the landscape of a situation always changes completely, and this one will change after some unexpected information, and maybe after this person has their own reactions on the fact that you're putting rules in place and you're creating boundaries. This is going to allow you to make some sort of decision as to how to move forward. And right here with swords, cutting something out of your life. Is this person still someone who's worth fighting for? Or is it time to let them go and focus on you with this Empress energy? You have been afraid to talk, afraid to set boundaries perhaps, because this is someone who you do care about. And you were afraid that this would have determined a point of no return, right? Should I tell this person how I'm feeling? Should I let them know that this is bugging me? And as we see here, this conversation will in fact determine a turning point. We'll have to see where this is going to take you. So let's start clarifying all the messages. Let's see what that lesson that you needed to learn was in order to break this cycle. Let's see what's going on with the other person, what they feel, their intentions, and let's look into how this conversation can actually transform the evolution of the connection itself. What is this information that is going to be revealed to you that you were not expecting? But also, let's take a look into the opportunities we talked about, and let's see how that is going to evolve in the next few weeks ahead. It looks like these are all small changes leading up to a bigger life transformation for you, Capricorn. So let's look into what you should expect in the near future and how it's going to evolve in the distant future as well. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Capricorn, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute live reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm, and please check your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Capricorn. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the upcoming events is the Page of Cups. And this is the card that tells you that there are happy surprises in store for you. This is something that was not revealed to you, that right now it's coming up on the surface. And overall, this card talks about the impossible that becomes possible when pigs fly. We see right here that you are, and the devil right underneath. This is you, Capricorn. We see how there is something coming up which you were not expecting, and that it's going to happen just in the moment where you decide to really build those boundaries and create rules and also communicate them in a very clear and transparent way. So let's see, first of all, what this energy is going to be about, and let's see how it's actually going to change the next 4 weeks, but also the next 12 months for you. Let's start by clarifying this Ace of Swords unexpected information. Seven of Swords, right? Oof. What? Oh my God, Ace of Swords. Listen, this is happening so often that I start clarifying a card, I see the energies, and then I end up with exactly that card. It happened in the reading that I just did before yours, and this is definitely very important. Why? Because what we're seeing right here is that, first of all, this person is starting to admit something to you that they have kept to themselves for a very long time. The